go again, mate. Another one. I know, you're shocked. Just as much as I am. How's he doing this? How's he got so much consistency? Unlimited caffeine, unlimited testosterone. Let's dive into this video. Today, we've got how to make cravings much quieter. Now, it's impossible to get rid of them. I've mastered it over the years. I wouldn't say mastered it, but I'm pretty good at basically muting those cravings as much as possible. There's ways to deal with them, but it's a normal thing. You're going to get them no matter, who you are. No one can kill cravings 100%, but you can significantly reduce your body's need and want to go and just little raid in the snack drawer. Oh, I can't get the drawer part right in the American accent, but the candy drawer. A little bit of American and the UK, All right, let's go into it. I'm waffling too much. How to make cravings much quieter. You need to stop letting food control your decision making in your head. Does this keep happening to you? This is what I see all the time. This is what I went through. Monday on plan, Tuesday on plan, Wednesday perfect, Thursday perfect. Friday in the day is perfect, but Friday night you slip, which means the whole day's gone. If one part of the day's gone, the whole day's gone, and then the weekend you just binge, and the Friday night starts it off. That's the catalyst, and then Sunday comes around, Sunday night, and you go, oh my God, I'll just start again Monday. And then Monday morning comes and you go, I'm going to be locked in again this week. Monday to Thursday, everything's prepared. Your meals are prepared. Your calories controlled, training completed. You're feeling motivated because it's Monday, the start of a new week, right? Friday night to Sunday. Takeaways, chocolate, crisps, alcohol, constant snacking. I'll restart on Monday. How many times have you said I'll restart on Monday? Be honest with yourself. You're not struggling to start. You're struggling to stay consistent. A good week keeps being undone by the weekend. So the characters that we've got here, and it's very important you make a note of them. We've got these because they're going to show up. Your body, it needs energy and nutrients. Your body is always just saying, I need fuel. Calories are energy. Your body needs them to run. Your body needs them as fuel. It's like putting petrol in your car. Your car doesn't run if it doesn't have any fuel. Your body needs fuel from food. The craving speaker. It's very important you understand this. I've tried to simplify it in as much of a way as I can, but the craving speaker, you always want a quick reward. This is where the cravings come in. But your mind makes the final decision about what to eat. Which one should I listen to? Should I listen to my body or the craving speaker? Now, the quieter this gets, the easier it is to make decisions based on what your body actually wants in order to make your body operate in the best way possible. So the craving speaker, always get the chocolate, order the takeaway, have something sweet, start again on Monday. This is the thing that is normally louder than what your body actually wants, but your body cannot communicate to the decision-making part, which is your brain, to tell it what it wants, because it's trying to communicate through here, but the speaker's in the way. You see what I'm saying? The speaker's so loud. So what we're going to talk about is how to reduce the noise of this speaker so that your body can actually, tell the brain what it actually wants. So your body sends the hunger message, but then the craving speaker shouts about quick rewards to your brain, and then the mind decides what to eat. The craving speaker is normally always louder, so it's always going to win. The loudest message usually wins. Is it real hunger or is it a craving? Now, real hunger usually builds gradually. A proper meal sounds good. Many foods could satisfy it. Chicken and rice, and I'm talking bland, not seasoned, actually sounds appealing. That is how you know you're actually hungry. Eating a filling meal will make it go away. With a craving, it can appear suddenly. It wants one specific food that is not what your body wants. It usually wants something quick dopamine reward. A normal meal doesn't sound appealing. A bland chicken and rice is the last thing on your mind. It can appear even after you've eaten. So examples are chocolate, sweets, candy, crisps, takeaway, sugary drinks, fizzy drinks. The plain meal test is this. Would you eat chicken, rice, and vegetables right now? No seasoning, bland. Would you eat that right now? If so, and if yes, you're probably hungry. Your body is actually hungry. But if no, your mind, dopamine, is hungry. Dopamine doesn't need... I just hit myself in the head. Dopamine doesn't need to be fed, but you're going to listen to it because it's so strong. No, but you want the chocolate. More likely a craving. The craving loop is this. You see or think about the food, you want the quick reward, then you eat the food you're thinking about, you feel good for a short amount of time because you've scratched the dopamine itch, but that teaches your brain, this is the dangerous part, that teaches your brain to want it again. And the more you do it, the more your brain expects you to reward that dopamine. So you just end up repeating the cycle. The more you feed the loop, the stronger it becomes. Every single repetition teaches your brain what to expect. And Friday night becomes a trigger because your brain has learned the weekend basically means reward food. So what makes cravings way louder? Poor sleep, stress, boredom, skipping meals, trigger foods, alcohol. All of these things make the cravings way louder and turn up the volume on that craving speaker. The craving speaker gets way louder, as I've said, when you're tired, when you're stressed, when you're hungry, or you're surrounded by tempting food, maybe at a social gathering too with friends and family and they're all eating, but you're on your weight loss journey, fat loss journey, and that is going off. The speaker is just blaring and you can't think of anything other than just having those fries, having that burger, having all of the things that you think that you want, but it's just your dopamine. Your body is not going to want a burger, is it? Your body is going to want to function properly, so your body is going to be craving whole foods, but your mind is going to be making the decision on what to eat, but the mind listens to the loudest thing. When the craving speaker is blaring loudly in your head, what do you think it's going to listen to? Do not rely on willpower and discipline. Make the cravings harder to act on. Stop feeding the craving speaker. All of these trigger foods, cereals, crisps, sugary drinks, energy drinks, chocolate, crisps, all of these things are trigger foods that you might be experiencing with. Obviously, you're going to prefer some things more than others. Everyone's different, but all of these are normally the main craving. You might not have a sweet tooth. You might just want burgers and chips and fries. But you might want cookies. You might want pizza. Everyone's got a different craving, but the main thing is that they all have in common. They're not what your body wants and they're taking you further away from your goal. So remove the foods that repeatedly take you off track and stop practicing the habit that you're trying to break. Make bad decisions harder. This is very important. You need to add friction to trigger foods. So remove them from the house, delete takeaway apps, avoid trigger food aisles, do not shop whilst hungry. That's a big one. Leave the kitchen after dinner. All of these small things, they don't seem like they're big, but all of these small things compound and add up together to make the one big decision on if you're going to be in shape or not. Remove your saved payment details from Deliveroo. Just Eat. Anywhere where you are, where you can order food on an app, delete it. Add friction, because then you're going to have to retype in your payment details. That could be the difference between you going, oh no, I can't be asked to have it, and then you actually ordering it. Just the payment details saved. Tell family and friends what you're doing, because then they're going to hold you accountable, and there's that extra layer of guilt because, oh, I've told them now. It's going to make me look bad. It's going to be embarrassing if I go off track because I've already told people, I've said it verbally, and that makes a huge difference. Remove friction from good food. Prepare meals in advance, take meals to work, keep fruit visible, keep cooked protein ready, keep potatoes and vegetables prepared in the fridge. Cook them, contain them, so then you just have to put it into a bowl, bang, microwave, 2-3 minutes, done. Keep low-calorie options available. Decide tomorrow's meals tonight and prep them if you need be. Say no once in the shop, not 1,000 times at home. This is huge. Discipline once when shopping is easier than discipline every time that you open the cupboard, which is why I've said up here, do not shop while hungry, because you're going to be using your dopamine. That dopamine speaker is going to be louder. Actually go to the shops when you're shopping for your week full. Make sure you've had a meal before it so that that speaker is a lot quieter because you're not hungry. Do not starve the body. Remove trigger foods, but replace them with filling meals. Now, protein. These should be your protein sources if you're trying to minimize the amount of calories you're having and trying to maximize the amount of protein you're having. Especially good if you're trying to lose the fat and build the muscle, or you're just trying to lose the fat. Chicken breast, turkey breast, 2% fat, turkey mince. 1% fat, 1%. If you're in America, because my American clients have told me you have that over there, very lucky if you do. 5% fat beef mince, always the lowest fat options. Eggs, white fish, 0% fat Greek yogurt. Be careful with eggs because although they're an amazing food, they have the yolk, which means that it's higher in fat, and we'll go over why fats are a bit dangerous. Protein powder only when needed. 0% fat Greek yogurt. It's all really good, but protein powder should only be used when needed. Ideally, you get your protein and everything really. Proteins, carbs, fats, all from whole foods. So as I've said, choose whole food protein first, but use protein powder for convenience, not as the base of your diet. Your carbohydrate sources should be this: potatoes, sweet potatoes, fruit. High volume, high quantity, high fiber. Fiber slows your digestion. On top of that, you're having more volume. These are a cheat code for losing that fat. So use the filling and satiating carbohydrates most of the time. Use fast digesting carbs when needed around training. White rice, medjool dates, bananas, honey is amazing. All of these are amazing before the gym because they spike your insulin. They basically digest fast, which gives your muscles that extra boost that they need to be able to perform in the gym properly. Now, fats: avocados, olive oil, nuts, egg yolks, and salmon. Healthy does not mean low calorie though. Protein are 4 calories per gram, carbs 4 calories per gram, but fats over double, 9 calories per gram. So measure fats carefully. Small portions can contain many calories. Vegetables, now these are a hack. Mushrooms, lettuce, cucumber, tomato, spinach, broccoli, peppers, mixed salad. All of these, just choose what ones you like. Vegetables, they're a hack. They add lots of food to your plate for very few calories, increasing the volume for very little caloric intake. Now this should be the formula: protein plus high volume and filling carbs and vegetables, plus controlled fats if you need, and you're not getting your fats from your protein sources. There's no need to add extra fats if you're going over your goal or you've already hit your goal. There's only needed for the avocados, the olive oil, if you need those fats, because fats are important. You just got to be careful of them. So I've got some examples for you here. Chicken and sweet potato and salad, amazing. Turkey mince, potatoes, vegetables, amazing. Lean beef mince, sweet potato, mushrooms. This is another one that is unbelievable, staple in my diet. White fish, potatoes, vegetables. White fish is so unbelievable for the low calories and high protein. Greek yogurt and fruit, this is something that I always use. Drizzle with honey if my calories allow. It's just unbelievable. Really does scratch that sweet tooth craving because I've got a sweet tooth. Protein and fiber helps meals feel more filling. Protein is the most filling macronutrient. Fiber slows down your digestion. And then on top of that, you're adding volume. It is a recipe for success if you're trying to lose that fat. So your meal timing. If you're not hungry in the morning, I never was, eat your first meal later. If you're hungry in the morning, eat a filling breakfast within your calories. Use the schedule that makes staying on track the easiest because everyone's different. What happens during the first weeks? Days 1 to 3, the old habit expects to be fed with your cravings. Thoughts about trigger foods, strong urges, restlessness. Meals may seem less exciting. It's uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. It's going to be hard on the first couple of days, but it's necessary. Week 1, you're building a new normal. Trigger foods are not available. Proper meals become automatic. You practice ignoring urges. Your environment starts helping you out actually because you're curating your environment to win for your goals. Every good decision makes the old habit weaker. That's very, very important. Now, weeks 2 to 3, the craving noise may feel quieter. Fewer automatic food thoughts. Whole foods may taste more satisfying. Hunger becomes easier to recognize. Saying no requires less effort. Your brain is no longer expecting the junk food all of the time. So the immediate craving protocol is this. Use the 3 Ds. Pause. Delay. Do not act. Wait 10 minutes to act on your craving. Distance yourself. Leave the kitchen and move away from the food. Decide, would I eat a proper whole food bland meal right now? If yes, then eat a proper meal because you're probably hungry. But if no, leave the craving alone and let it pass. Now the hydration step. Drink a glass or bottle of water and then wait. I do this very quickly. Whenever I have cravings, I instantly down half a litre to a litre of water and I make sure that I'm doing that because that suppresses the hunger immediately. When you're full from the water and you're like, oh, that was a lot of water, the craving almost disappears 99% of the time. Craving management tools make the cravings easier to handle. Now, these are hacks. Sugar-free fizzy drinks. You're scratching the sweet tooth itch with 0 calories or very low calories, negligible. You don't even have to track it. Sugar-free jelly, I don't see this one talked about enough. This is an absolute hack that I put all of my clients on. You can even add fruit into it to add an extra bit of crunch, low-calorie fruit. One of these packets can make a whole bowl of jelly and it's like 20 to 40 calories. It's unbelievable. Fruit, another key one, unbelievable. 0% fat Greek yogurt. You can add a bit of honey, as I said, but honey is very calorie dense. Do it if your calories allow. Herbal tea, if you like that. Low calorie flavored drinks. Now, just be careful of ingredients. These things should not be used all of the time. If you can just not have the craving, then of course don't do that. It's better to not have all of these artificial sweeteners, but it's something that you can use. These are tools to use to manage your cravings if you still want to scratch that sweet tooth craving itch. Now, friction tools to add. Not a lot of people talk about these. Brush your teeth after dinner. Have you ever had it where you brush your teeth and then you go to eat something or someone offers you food and you go, no, I've just brushed my teeth? It just, that minty taste takes away your cravings. Chew sugar-free gum, you're chewing. You're giving your body the sensation of eating, so it kills any cravings. Leave the kitchen. Very small thing, minor thing, but it helps. Changing your environment. Turn the kitchen lights off. It's almost like mentally you're shutting down that area of the house. Go for a walk. Very good. Prepare tomorrow's meals. Use meal prep. Keep your hands occupied. This is one thing that no one talks about. But if you're keeping your hands occupied, then you don't seek that, I don't know, validation or dopamine from the food. You're doing it with your hands, you're doing something with your hands. That is why dopamine from the screen, from scrolling on the screen, because you're doing something with your hands, you're keeping your brain occupied, you're keeping your dopamine occupied. If you're not doing that, then you're seeking dopamine from sweets, from candy. So if you're keeping your hands occupied, you're not going to have those cravings as strong. Do not use a craving as permission to start a binge. Low calorie swaps, they're tools. They're not unlimited food, so check the label and include calories when needed. But remember, whole foods still have calories. Calorie surplus over time means you're going to gain weight, but a calorie deficit over time means you're going to lose weight. All of these foods, very calorie dense, they're good for you, but they're very calorie dense. They're very healthy, very easy to overeat because the portions are so small for such high amount of calories. That's not what you want to be prioritizing if your main goal is to lose fat. Whole foods make calorie control easier, but they do not remove calories. One bad decision is not a bad week. So this could be you. You fall off track, you leave the path that you know you need to be on and taking every day to get to your result, but then the reaction to that fall off track is what is bad. One small off track is fine if you return to the path. But if you don't, that's when it gets dangerous. Do not wait until Monday. Do not punish yourself. Do not turn one meal into a weekend binge. That's when the one meal gets dangerous, because it's not the one meal that's dangerous. It's what that was the catalyst for. Get back on track at the next decision. One mistake and a quick correction to that mistake, it's a tiny problem. It's nothing. But one mistake plus I've ruined it. That equals a binge cycle. Do not be emotional. The permanent lifestyle. The goal is to make whole foods your normal way of eating. Then later, only introduce those treats if you can control them and the portions. Whole foods are the default. Path A is trigger foods still cause binges. Keep them out of your normal routine. But path B, you can eat them without losing control. So have a planned portion occasionally and include it within your calories. Do not reintroduce a food just because you miss it. Only reintroduce it when you can control the portion and go straight back to your normal meals. This is no longer who you are. Your old identity was, I always binge on weekends, but your new identity becomes, I do not act on every craving. A craving is a thought, not an instruction. I'll say that one more time because that is one of the most crucial lines in this entire board. A craving is a thought. It's not an instruction to eat. You can notice it without obeying it. Every time that you keep your promise, the new identity that you're becoming, that you're building, becomes stronger. That is who you are now. You're not your old version. So the final result becomes this. At the beginning, your body has got a small voice. The craving speaker is a huge noise in your brain, so the mind ends up confused just listening to the bigger noise. Your body's trying to communicate with your brain, but the speakers here is so loud that it can't. Your body's saying, I need fuel, but the speaker's blaring, boom, boom, boom. So your brain's confused and it just follows the speaker because it can't hear what your body actually wants. But at the end, you've built this new identity, so your body has a clear hunger message. The craving speaker is now muted or a lot quieter, and the mind is in control. Your body can now say, I need fuel, and your brain can hear it and listen to your body because there's no speaker there, because you've trained your body, you've trained your mind to not give in to every craving. So you need to recognize real hunger from your body. Real hunger is not from your mind, it's from your body. Recognize a craving, stop acting on every single food thought, enjoy whole foods more, walk past trigger foods. And by the way, enjoying whole foods more, you're going to enjoy it more over time. Don't think on day one, oh, I don't like this. by day 30, by day 60, you're going to genuinely love and crave whole foods. That's to a point where I and all of my clients are at, where they're craving whole foods now. They don't even crave the other stuff. A lot of people think that I'm fighting, and loads of my clients are fighting temptation. We're not fighting temptation. We're just not tempted by it. We're tempted by overeating our beef mince, our turkey mince, because we love it. So walk past the trigger foods, stay within your calories, lose fat with fewer food battles, and handle occasional treats without binging. Once you're in control, it's fine to reintroduce them. So here's the final formula. You want to stop feeding the craving loop, combine that with eating filling whole foods, combine that with make trigger foods harder to access, then combine that with repeating that new habit, and that will equal quieter cravings. So remember, the goal is not to fear food. The goal is to stop being controlled by it and eating at every craving thought you've had. That is the whole board. These take hours and hours and days sometimes to build. So I'm hoping that you're liking this. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and give me feedback. If you think it's terrible, tell me you think it's terrible. I am brutally honest. You can see by my personality and how I am, I don't do the beating around the bush stuff, which is why my clients get such amazing results, because I tell it to them straight. So the link to my Instagram will be in the description below. Send me a message. Just go and watch my content. It's a lot shorter form. This is long form, obviously. If you've come from my Instagram, great. I appreciate you watching this video. But if you are struggling to see results and you've been going to the gym for 3, 6 months, 12 months, and you've not seen the result that you want and the body that you want, because that is enough time to see unbelievable progress, then the link in the description is going to be a Calendly link as well as my Instagram link. And that is a call basically to get on with me for half an hour, 40 minutes, and just talk about your goals, where you are now, where you want to go, to see if I can help you. I don't take on everyone because I've only got 24 hours in a day, and this is a one-to-one thing. But if that is something that you're interested in and you think we can be a good fit, we'll obviously decide that on the call. It will be a pleasure to talk to you. This is not something where I offload you to someone from my team. This is one-on-one. This is me and you having a conversation on a call. So I appreciate you watching the video. Check out the links in the description. Follow my Instagram. Book that call if you feel that I could help you, and we'll talk about that, your goals and where you want to get to on that call. Thank you for watching. On to the next one.